The Center for Autism and Related Disorders advises working with a board-certified behavior analyst who has experience with autism before starting any intensive behavioral intervention. Any choices you make in determining your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion.
Good morning and welcome. It is time for the Toy Festival. We did this a little bit earlier this year. We kind of, we had to do things a little bit differently. We are going to do things differently because, we're in a different space and a different time in a different universe, right? But Autism Live loves toys. Let's start there. And I'm Shannon Penrod and I love toys. I'm a mom of a wonderful individual. Good morning, Amanda. On the autism spectrum and diagnosed on the autism spectrum at 2.5. And I'm also a former teacher, and my degrees, both of my degrees, my BA and my MFA, are in theater and acting, which all has an element of play to it. And so play as a form of education is a very big deal to me, and it gets me very revved and excited. So I think I'm more nervous today than I was on Tuesday with Temple Grandin here, because there's so many good toys and I want you to know about all of them, and so many good toy companies. Hello, Michelle. So thrilled that you're here. So here's what we're going to do here on the show today. It's just one of those shows out of time. I'm going to try to go through all the toys in our toy guide really quickly. They're on our website, autism-live.com. Oh, Kirsten, I'm thrilled that you're here. So check out the toy guide, though, and if you like a toy that you see, all you have to do is go to autism-live.com, click on the toy guide, scroll through. It's a lot of toys. We got a lot to do here today. But if you find the one that you like, click on it. There's a thing that says, I think it says purchase now or buy now, whatever it says. And then that will take you to a third-party site where you can purchase the toy right then. A lot of times it's Amazon. But sometimes it's their personal website, depending on what the toy is. We did that because for a lot of years, we were just doing the toy guide and we weren't saying where to purchase it. And people said, you're not really helping me here. If I like the toy, I want to buy it now. So we started doing that, but I just want you to know that we're not affiliates with anybody. It's not about that. Okay. So everything is fair game. We hope that you like it. So in the toy guide, I want you to know, too, I have my little black and white copy here, the toy guide. There is a table of contents if you print it out, and we separated things by different categories, and we separated them mindful of the fact that sometimes our kids don't, even though age-wise they might be in that category, but maybe in terms of the toys that they may need might be in a different category. I want you to know there are lots of toys that would be appropriate across many of these developmental ages. So I encourage you to look at all of them, all of the different headings, because we have baby and toddler, preschool, school age, tweens and teens, adults, caregivers. I encourage you to look at all of them and see what makes your heart sing, what you think will make your child's heart sing. And see, we give you a little blurb about the toy, but then I also talk about the toy and why we loved it, why people loved it. Already I'm missing a toy. I can't find my first toy. I have no idea where I've put it. I have toys jammed everywhere so that I could just grab them and I can't see them. So we're going to do apologies here. For heaven's sake. Well, that's just no fun whatsoever. So in the baby and toddler category, we're just going to launch in. One of the first toys that we had, and I had it right here just a minute ago, it's a Fat Brain toy. I love me some Fat Brain toys. It's called Dimple Digits, and it's this wonderful disc. I showed it the other day. I don't see it. But if you love to pop, like the popping beads for when you're packing stuff, if you love that, and a lot of kids they love it because there's a sensory element to it, right? You know what it is? You get the reinforcer right there. It's satisfying and it's sensory. If you love that and if you think your kid would love it, it's this wonderful, colorful disc. It has all the numbers on it. Draven's calling me. I have no idea why. So what's happening? Let's take the call from Traven. Traven, are you calling me during the live show? He's not there. Okay. Must have been a butt dial. Okay. I thought something was happening on the show. We've never had that happen before. So anyway, Dimple Digits. It's a great toy for small fingers because we want to build that fine motor skill. We want to get them interested in colors. I like a toy for toddlers and for babies that has a sensory component to it, but it has lots of different things that I can target on it. Like we can be working on fine motor to push the bubbles, but we can also be working on numbers, and we can work on colors, and we can work on Spanish, because on one side of the Dimple Digits, I think they even have it in this catalog. On one side of the Dimple Digits, it has English numbers, and on the other side, they don't have it featured in their catalog. Well, I love it, and it's featured in our toy guide. Dimple Digits, wonderful. Colors, numbers, sensory. You can work on fine motor, but you can also work on tracking because you can roll it. Looks cool. It's a great, great toy. Okay, moving on. And by the way, that won our education toy for babies and toddlers. Our winner for sensory for baby and toddlers is one of my favorites, Yoey Baby. Yoey Baby, we've given this an award a couple of years ago, and I couldn't stand not to do it again. It's my favorite baby toy to give. If a friend of mine has a baby, I get a Yoey Baby. They come in different characters. So there's a doggy, and there's a bunny, and there's a kitty, and I think there's a fox. There's a whole bunch of them, right? And it looks like this big, long, like a feather. So at the bottom, it's the little doggy, right? But it has this thing that goes up out of its head that looks like a feather, and it's very fluffy. And there's a handle to it, and it has a rattle on it. But it is meant to be used like a feather with your child, your baby, to engage their interest, because babies are very sensory. It's what things feel like for them. So you take your Yoey Baby and you kind of rattle it, and then you touch your baby with it, and your baby goes, oh, right? And you make eye contact while that's happening. And what you're doing is you're creating all these little connections that are the basis for all social skills for your baby. And it feels good for them. It's a way, a lot of times people say to me, I don't know what to do with a baby, right? But everybody can do this with a baby. And it's the toy that I would say to everybody, put it in that diaper bag, because you're someplace and the child is fussing. They like to hold it. They like to rattle it. They like to, the doggy's ears crinkle. It's Yoey Baby. So it's Yoee Baby. Check it out in the toy guide. My hands down favorite baby toy, but it won our sensory toy award. Hi, Christina, how are you? So for each category, we have a board game or a card game winner. And I loved this game. It's from Mindware. It's a peekaboo game. And basically, it's sort of like, those old match games. Welcome back. We got bumped, but we're back. We're back. So sorry about that. I was like, what in the hey, nani is happening here? So we're doing the toy festival today, and the internet went whoosh. That's why Traven was calling me, because he lost the internet. But we're back, and thank you guys for sticking around with us. So we're going through our toy guide and looking at the different things. So I was just talking about Peekaboo, which won our toy card game, board game winner from Mindware. Love this. It's called Peekaboo, and it's like the old memory game. You know how you would put the little pieces of cardboard down, and then you flip them over and go, oh, look, it's this, and now I flip this one over, it matches, I win. Well, this is that on steroids. So it's these big, huge discs that you put on the floor. So now it isn't just about memory. There's a movement component to it. So your child has to walk over, bend over, pick it up, turn it over. And that might seem like a little thing to you, but the truth of the matter is, former school teacher here, when we get our kids involved in a movement with memory, they memorize more. They have there's better cognition I used to do this thing with my ninth graders that we were trying to teach them grammar. And, who wants to learn grammar, right? But there were studies that had shown that this particular method would work. So we put a movement with every piece of punctuation. So whenever we were adding a comma, they had to go like this, right? Movement helps solidify the cognition that's going on. So Peekaboo won our cardboard game. Get your kids playing memory. It's a great skill for them, super fun. But when you put that physical component in, woohoo, we're cooking with gas. Okay, moving on. I know it's like, I don't drink coffee. Who wound me up? Okay, let's talk a little bit about our Oldie But Goodie Award for baby and toddler. And I'm sorry that we don't have Traven because he was going to put pictures up, but you can find all of these on our toy guide on our website, autism-live.com. So Oldie But Goodie, we love Hape Toys, Hape, and they make good old-fashioned wooden toys like you remember, that they would have in doctors' offices that are just like sturdy as all get out, but they're like good quality, good value toys. They have a pound and tap bench that won our Oldie But Goodie. I love a good pound and tap bench for our young kiddos because we want to get that hand-eye coordination thing going, but we also want to get the cause and effect thing going. And that's a good motion for them to get going. And to be able to hammer up boys and girls, equal opportunity. But that won our Oldie But Goodie Award. But we love Hape Toys. Take a look at all the things that they have. Okay, Baby Einstein. We love Baby Einstein too. And they won our top toy winner in the baby and toddler with their toy called Music Explorer Toy. And it's this very small, very inexpensive toy, Baby Einstein. Buenas tardes, Yasbella. We're so glad that you're here. And thank you, Sarah, for saying that you like this is my cranberry shirt. Feels a little old-fashioned, but I wanted it festive. So anyway, Baby Einstein Music Explorer Toy, because it's got a bunch of things. It's so small that you can take it with you in the car. You can take it anywhere. It's got different modes. It's got that good Baby Einstein functionality so that they're learning sounds and lights and colors and it's cause and effect. Really good value. So check that out on the Baby and Toy Guide. And then we added some categories this year for toys, award winners. So we have Best Art and Craft, because I wanted that boredom buster thing that we were talking about. For our kids, we didn't want to put anything that was screens. We want some good old-fashioned art and craft toys, but we don't want to clean it up, do we, parents? No. So there's a company, Fubu, has a magic doodle mat. You roll it out and you take water and paintbrushes, and as you paint water on it, it changes colors. You can make all these different things. It's sort of like an Etch-a-Sketch, but it's with water, and then you dry it off, and that's it. And it only takes a little bit of water. That's the only cleanup. There's no paint spilled anywhere. It's truly wonderful. So that's Fubu. The Magic Doodle Mat was the best arts and craft winner for babies and toddlers. I love me some VTech, because VTech is always that interactive thing, pre-screen kind of stuff. And the Motor Play award winner in this category went to VTech for Sit to Stand Learning Walker. There's that time when, first of all, when our kids are laying on their bellies and we want them to be able to cause and effect things, then they're scooching and then they're crawling and then they're cruising where they're holding on to something. And at the cruise phase, you want to make sure that they've got a walker that they can walk with. But, that walker needs to be something that's super reinforcing and that you can use for other things too. So this Sit to Stand learning walker has so many interactive things to do on it, very cause and effect. It'll get your child interested in it, but it will also help them when they're cruising to develop those skills to be able to walk without hitting the head all over the place, right? So VTech, Sit to Stand Learning Walker. For those of you just joining us, we're going through the toy guide like a maniac here. We've already lost the internet once. It's making it exciting. You can find, if you want to follow along with me on the toy guide, autism-live.com, click the toy guide at the top. You have that? You have, that's wonderful. I love these toys. Okay, how about the best puzzle? Because in each category we have a puzzle. I love me some Montessori toys, and Yo Fun has this wonderful carrot harvest puzzle. I think it's super important that we start very early like birth, teaching our kids about the value of produce in our lives, right? So this is a carrot puzzle, and it has all these little wooden carrots, but they're different sizes, and it comes with a little fun little box and with holes in them that only fit the carrot for the right hole, right? But it's meant for babies' hands. It's meant for babies' cognition, so that when they find the right carrot, it goes into the hole, and it hides has just the top of the carrot popping out of it. Super fun Montessori toy. It's from Yo Fun. Absolutely love it. How about the best book category in this age range? So Melissa and Doug, love Melissa and Doug. In fact, we have a lot of toy winners from them. They have a great peekaboo book. It's an interactive book so that there are things to do, flaps to lift up, noises to make. We really want to start early having that attention, that joint attention, so that you're lifting up the flap and going, look, what is it? That builds early social skills. So great book. And then, of course, I mentioned this the other day, the therapist recommended toy in this category was the Froggy ball from Discovery Toys. I love this little guy. We want to work on ball skills, and we want our kids to be successful. That's why the holes, because they're more likely to be able to grasp and even sometimes they catch the ball by accident, doesn't matter. It's reinforcing. I know it makes a lot of noise, but that makes it reinforcing too. You can use this as a rattle and double later on as a ball, and it helps with hand-eye coordination. So fabulous. Let's put in Discovery Toys. They have many winners too, because I love them. All right. Can't do a toy guide without having a Fisher-Price toy in it, right? Because they make some amazing toys. So this year, they have a new series called the Linkimals. And it's a series of animals that have different things that they do, and they teach different things. I particularly love the sloth. I'm just saying, I feel like an affinity with the sloth. But here's the thing about these toys. They're fabulous. They're Fisher-Price, interactive. They always get it right, right? But here's the thing. So you have the sloth, and then you get another one, and they link together and they interact. Oh, stop. It's so good. So they won the parent recommendation. I absolutely love it. In fact, you can link a whole bunch together and they create a band. Stop. Just stop. I love it. So check that out. Okay, we're done with this page. Moving on to preschool. We're never going to make it. I'm going to get through as many of these as I can. Okay, preschool, education winner, hands down, Leapfrogs, educational ABC builder. Think about like it's the same principle as your Legos and your Duplos. Like you can stack and build them and build all kinds of things, but it's got the little people in it too. And it also has that leapfrog thing that I love so much, that there's a thing that you stick a brick into, and then it will talk to the child. So there's endless things you can work on with it. Love the ABC Builder for Leapfrog. Then the sensory toy, we want to yell out to Kinetic Sand. You got to be the right person to have Kinetic Sand, because you got to have enough space and you got to have a place to contain it. But it's really satisfying sensory for our kids to play with that kind of a consistency. And the thing I love about Kinetic Sand is for our kids who have low fine motor muscle tone, like Play-Doh, even Play-Doh can be a little bit hard for them. It's not reinforcing. Whereas Kinetic Sand is a little bit easier to sculpt, a little bit easier to do, to get their hands in, and then you graduate from that to Play-Doh. So that got our sensory toy winner for preschool. For the cardboard game, I love me some Peaceable games. They give toys that teach teamwork. So Feed the Woozle, award-winning across the board toy, but we gave it best card game. Get it. It's so good, you guys. Feed the Woozle. It's hilarious because you have to feed the Woozle certain things. You work cooperatively. There are 3 different levels of this game that you can play. So it's really, really wonderful. Okay. Also from Fisher-Price, the Speech Builder Award in this category in preschool, the Little People, it's the Dial Little People World Animals. You guys, it's still called See and Say, right? The little thing that you tote with you, and you put the little arrow and it says, the cow says moo, right? But now they're, when I was little, and then when my kid was little, it was just, they've upgraded it. So now it has pages. So you get more animals for your buck. Very cost-effective toy, great at teaching all kinds of things, but most especially identifying labels. It's a great speech builder. How about for social skills? Preschool has a Busy Poppin' Pals. These are the toys that they're cause and effect. They come in a strip, 4 of them, and you have to turn the dial and somebody pops up and says something. They make them in all, and then you pop them back down. They make them in, Sesame Street characters. I particularly love this Preschool one because they're very functional, the knobs that they have, like sliding something over, flicking a switch, pushing a button, turning a key, that kind of stuff. So we love it. It's cause and effect. It helps to build social skills because it's a perfect something happens, right? It's kind of like having a Pop the Weasel ×4, right? Something happens and there's a moment when you can intercede and interact with your child over it. So it's really, really good. And then our STEM toy for this category was Melissa and Doug. Their wooden blocks. You can do anything. You can save the world with wooden blocks. And Melissa and Doug's great wooden blocks. Okay. How about the best puzzle award in this category? I think I'm still in preschool. I hope I'm still in preschool. Yes, I am. The expression puzzle building cubes from Big Boom Idea. It's all about teaching emotions. So we really, really love it. Check that one out. Best book in this category. Penguin has a line of books that are bedtime classics. Our kiddos aren't getting enough of this, we have found. Like the one that we feature in the guide is Jack and the Beanstalk, but they have everything. Make sure that your kiddos, you're going to spend that time reading books to them anyway, I hope, at night, right? So we want them to be really reinforcing time, but we also want it to be a basis for literature that they're going to come to later on. And there are a lot of things that are referred to in literature that are the classics. So love this series from Penguin. It's very accessible for our kids. Great illustrations. They're very inexpensive and you can get a whole bunch of them. We particularly loved the Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay. The therapist recommended toy in this category from Learning Resources, another company that I love. Coding Critters, Ranger and Zip. It's these 2 little characters. We love the coding stuff. So these 2 little dogs and your child can code to have them interact. Love it. How about Playmobil? The parent recommendation award was for Playmobil Noah's Ark. When my son was doing therapy, we had a little toy Noah's Ark. I'm telling you, you're going to get so much use out of it because having 2 of each animal is going to help you to teach all kinds of things. So I love the little Noah's Ark. And here's a new one. Big shout out to a new company that just started this year, and it's got our oldie but goodie award, even though they're a new company, because they took an old concept, build a fort. What have I been saying to you guys? Like, play the floor is lava, do all of those things. Well, this is a package. It looks like a pizza box, and it's got all these wonderful, sturdy panels that you can put together to actually build a fort. I'm telling you, your kids will lose your mind. It's a really fabulous thing. And the top toy winner in this category went to Wonder Makers Fisher Price. It's an entire town that you can build, and it has a train set, and you can add on to it. So we absolutely love us some of that. How about our art and craft winner? Water Wow Books by Melissa and Doug. Again, these very portable books, all they need is this pen that they stick in water, and they can draw all these things, no mess. Wonderful. Now, I got to talk a little bit about EDX education because they won our motor for preschool, and they make these amazing things. You'll see in the guide, and I'll get them out in a second, the step-a-logs, but this is the step-a-path. And basically, so there's 3 of these, and you just lay these wherever you want around the house, and then the kids have to step through them. And this kit comes with the 3 stumps and then 3 of these logs that you put. And I love that they've got these grippies on them so that your child is not falling, and they will turn your house into a wonderland. And then the other ones that I have here are the step-a-log. So the Stepalog, if I can start holding it up, wonderful. It's a set of these, and they are attached to each other. I know the angle is not great, but you basically, there's 6 of these, and they're attached by a rope, and they're different colors, and they also have grippies on the top, and they're slanted, different slants. So you throw these about the floor, and now you have an obstacle course. Boom. And when you're done, you stack them up and you put them away. You can shove them underneath the couch, right? Wonderful for motor development. And we know that motor is connected to cognition. All right. You know I love me the My Little House. Smart Felt Toys. Have been a fan of theirs from the very beginning. They make the most wonderful, there's the My Little House and My Little Farm. It is our Speech Builder award. I keep giving them awards because I cannot find a toy that does what their things do. They're amazing to build language. Okay, I've been talking about these, and I've been waiting until today because I want to crack this little puppy open so that you can see how precious these babies are. So, Destroyer, but it's spelled differently. It's spelled like, it looks like Destroller, but you actually say it and I don't know if I can get him out, but look at this baby. He is the cutest little thing. These are the Neonate Babies, and this won our social skills award in preschool, and he's in there pretty good. I should have taken him out before, but I wanted you to see the box because the box has all these interactive things for the kids to do. But this is an alien baby, and my favorite thing about them is that they're weighted. And he's in there pretty, I got him out. Okay, so they're weighted. Their little bottoms and their heads are weighted. And they are the most precious little babies. Can you see this little guy here? He's got one little tooth, and I knocked his umbilical cord out when I took him out. I'm a bad mother. So these are the most precious things, and they have little outfits that they come with, but you have to feed him. He comes in his little incubator, and you put him back into his incubator, and he has this little tube here that allows you to feed him, and he's got his little bottle, his mixture of bottle, and he comes with his vitamins and his milk substitute, and he's got a little drawer in here where you can put all of his little accessories. But this builds social skills. When you're taking care of a baby, then, we're going to ask you things like, what does the baby need? And I have to think, what does the baby need? And now I'm not thinking, what do I need? What does the baby need? This is the beginning of perspective taking skills. So now they make bigger ones of these as well, but I love these little Neonate Babies. I love their little hair, and each one is its own character. And I'm just going to tell you guys, these have already become collector's items. So I love their little diapers, and you can get accessories so you can change their clothes. His little tooth comes out eventually so that he can eat real food. These are awesome. And there is something about them sensory-wise. I wish I could explain it, but because of the weight of them, everybody wants to hold these things. I've been in an event with these things and everybody lost their minds. So, okay, moving on, but love Destroyer, absolutely, absolutely love. Okay, another toy from HAPE in this category, the STEM toy in this category, is their Math Monster Scale. So it's this wonderful scale, right? But it looks like a monster. And then they have little baby monsters, and they have numbers on them. So if you put a 2 over here on the scale, then what do you put so that it equals out? Well, you can put 2 1s, right? You're teaching math in a very fun, experiential way. HAPE. Good wooden toys. We love them. Okay, and our Boredom Buster award in this category from Pop Over. And Pop Over is spelled OHVER. They have made the cutest thing. They are an ice cream store and a builder bench, but it's fabric, and you put it over a dining room chair. So it folds all up nice, right? But then, it's time to have playtime in between distance learning school, and you take out the ice cream store and you put it over you just shake it out, put it over the dining room chair, and the kids get to play ice cream store. And there's all these little pockets with all these things. It's this interactive make-believe play. And then you're done and you just take it up and you fold it up and it's there for the next time. So, I mean, how much do I love this? Because this is amazing kind of play for our kiddos, make-believe, doing job skills. Thank you. We need to be doing that with our kiddos. And it cleans up like that. Love pop over. So that is our Boredom Buster Award in the preschool area. Moving on to school age. Okay. Okay. Have you seen the little robot that's called Mochi? M-O-C-H-I. He is incredible. If you are doing homeschooling, I'm telling you, this one, our Education Toy Award for school age. There are so many things you can do with this little, this little bear. And it's all about coding and learning, and educationally comes with his own. Yes, there's links to all of these toys. Go to the toy guide, autism-live.com. Go to the toy guide, links to all of this. Okay, our sensory toy award, though, squishies. Okay, if you haven't done the squishy thing yet, let me tell you, I know I was a skeptic too, and then I held a squishy, and then I watched a million other people before COVID hold a squishy, and I am now a squishy convert. So I love Club Squishy Surprise. They are featured. It is the sensory toy winner for school-aged kids. Here's what's fabulous. Here's a lot of things what's fabulous. So these squishies, they're made out of this very... I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but it's this material that is so sensory pleasing. It's smooth on the outside, but they're high impact squishy, so you can squish it really hard and then it pops right back up. I don't know. It's like nobody can keep their hands off of them, but these squishies also come, each squishy has its own custom scent. And I know I'm very like, oh, I can't be in a candle store, right? These smell so good. It's like, people will come and go, what is that smell? I had them in my office and somebody was like, what is that smell? It's the most wonderful smell. What are you doing? I was like, here, hold a squishy. And that was it. That was the last time I saw that squishy. So as if that wasn't amazing enough, Club Squishy is that you get a monthly shipment of squishies. You get this wonderful box that comes in the mail. It's a nice box, right? And you open it up and it's got all these squishies that are individually packaged in it. So if you have multiple kids, you can split them up. Or if you're like me and thinking, I'm not going to give all of these to my child right now, but we're going to put this up on the refrigerator. And then when you do something wonderful hard, it's time for a squishy. Close your eyes and pick which one you want. And you've got 5 or 6 of them that are in the box. And here's the other thing is that right now, if you go to the toy guide, Club Squishy has a coupon for you. If you look in the toy guide, you'll find it. I'm not seeing it there, but you'll be able to find it. Yes, there it is. Discount code is ACT TODAY. When you put that in, you will get 50% off, and they will make a donation to Autism Care Today, so towards kids getting iPads. So how can you lose? Club Squishy Surprise. I'm just telling you, it's my fave thing. Okay, I can't believe the next one. I'm so excited. Cardboard game. We featured this when we were talking to Dr. Grampy Shea. Cornered Challenge. This is from Endless Games. This is the first toy festival that we've had without Brian Turtle from Endless Games. I don't know how we're going to ever live through this, but they make some great games. You must go to endlessgames.com or go to the toy guide and click on the thing. Cornered Challenge is a new game. We love the original Cornered. Cornered Challenge is even that much better. I'll tell you something. A lot of our kids are so good at it, they can beat the pants off of the most intelligent person in your house that's like at college studying physics, right? And it's good for self-esteem. It's good for visually problem solving. Great game, Cornered. But we have other winners from Endless Games in here as well. Also wanted to give a big shout out to puzzles this year. Best Puzzle Award for School Age from Masterpieces. They make amazing puzzles about everything, but we specifically loved this one. It's 101 Things to Spot in Hersheyville, because you know me, I like a toy that does many things. So this is a puzzle. You do the puzzle, but a lot like a Where's Waldo, as you're doing the puzzle or when you're done, whatever your child prefers, there's 101 things that they have to find that are things that you can do in the Hershey theme park. So your kiddo will be interested in the puzzle because of that, or they'll be interested in the puzzle, and then you'll have the extra added thing to do. Best book winner, Charlotte's Web, because then you can watch the movie afterwards. And it's a book that teaches about diversity and being different and how different is great. Not just okay, different is great. Charlotte's Web. Okay, our therapist recommended toy in this category was our Marbleworks Grand Prix from Discovery Toys. Every child on the autism spectrum should have a marble run. Why? Because there are so many things that our children will be good at working on it with, and it will help them to work on things that you can work on speech with a good marble run. It can be your reinforcer. There are so many things you can do with a marble run. This marble run is off the chain because it's like 2 marble runs in one. It's absolutely fabulous. So we really recommend Discovery Toys. I want to encourage everybody, have a Discovery Toy party. You can do it socially distanced. You'll get good toys and you'll get a discount on good toys. Okay. I also love this next one. Our parent recommendation was the Show and Hut My Little Orchestra. This is, we gave this, the one that they send us to Dr. Grambuchet and her kids, and you could see that on the show that we did right before Thanksgiving. But and they have different configurations. So if you want a tambourine and you want maracas, but it comes with like 6 different great wooden musical instruments so that you guys them all together. Love Show and Hut. If you have a child who is into music, go onto the Show and Hut website to see. This is a family that's been around forever. They make really good quality musical instruments for our kiddos. And I really love this My Little Orchestra that they make, but I love a lot of the stuff that they do. Okay. How about a speech builder? Guess what we all put here? Melissa and Doug's Deluxe Magic Kit. Okay. A speech builder, because sometimes our kiddos, they'll see basic magic and they'll want to do it, but then part of being a magician is you have to say abracadabra, speech builder. And Melissa and Doug, who does it better than Melissa and Doug? Okay, now I'm in amongst, here, good. Okay, also in the school age category, we had the grandparent talk, and I don't know if of course, that's the one I did. I have Family Talk and Family Talk 2 here. These are also from Discovery Toys. And I mentioned this the other day, cards on a ring, and it has basically a prompt. So here's one, but the one I recommended here was just for grandparents, right? But this is a family one, and it says, so if your family turned the TV off for a month, what would you do with your time? These are great for when you're sitting around the dining table and you might say, Shannon, my child doesn't have the ability to formulate language to talk in that way. And I want to say to you, but you have to model it. So everybody sits at the table, everybody answers the question. You can put 3 pictures out and have them point to what they would like to do, right? When there's a will, there's a way, and we got to model the behavior. I love these things. That one, our social skills builder, grandparent talk. And then our STEM toy, once again this year, you got to give it to Lux Blocks. Lux Blocks, I love the family that came up with Lux Blocks, but I love what they do. These are basically building components that snap together. And it builds our children's fine motor, it builds their hand-eye coordination. But for our kids that are budding engineers, what it does is it takes the limits off of building. When you build Legos, it's a block system and you're building within a form, and that's great. I love Lego. But if you've got a kiddo who wants to, build more, I love Lux Blocks because you can put it together. You can make a sheet of it. You can bend it to do different things, and it can expand something. Lux Blocks, amazing. The skills that it builds, executive function skills, because you have to plan ahead. I have kept Lux Blocks on my desk for the last 2 years, just like 30 of them, 30 of these little snap together things, right? With no guide to it or anything, just had them there on the table. And people will come into my office and they'll sit down. And, I usually have a lot of sensory toys on my desk because I'm always trying something out. And at some point, it's like a preference assessment, right? At some point, they'll pick one up and they'll play with it and they'll put it down and they'll pick up another one. These are adults I'm talking about. are doctors. These are people who are behavior therapists. These are, heads of HR. But everybody picks up something, right? And I see what they gravitate to. Well, everybody always ends up with the Lux blocks. And that's the thing that they play with for the rest of the meeting. And I always watch to see what do they build out of these like 20 little pieces of Lux blocks, because it tells me a lot about how they think. That, some people will just build a sheet and they're very proud of themselves and they'll color coordinate it, right? Because it comes in different colors. Other people will I've seen people make a basket out of it, and other people make it so that they get the movement component of it and so that it can expand and move. It's amazing. So Lux blocks, they were once again, our STEM winner. They continue to win awards with us because we just love them. Okay, VTech, again, Boredom Buster was their Kid Zoom Creator Cam. I had said that I wanted to keep as much stuff off screen, no screen time for these toys, but I would make a few exceptions if it was something that led the child to create. So if your child has been saying, I want to do, I want to be like all the people that are YouTube stars. I want to have my own show, or I want to have a cooking show, or I want to have a video game show, or I want to do a show about this. This is the toy for them. So it's a camera, but it comes with the components so that they can record and edit something. They can't put it online unless you approve it. But then if you approve it, there is a way for them to approve it. It comes with a green screen. So the imagination component of it, I might have whispered that too little. It comes with a green screen. So absolutely love it. Our oldie but goodie, we did because of Temple Grandin. She said that she loved to fly a kite. So we have a really great foolproof kite. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, we'd go fly a kite. I couldn't get it to work. Didn't know why people liked flying kites. Then somebody gave me a really good kite and we got it immediately up in the air. And I was like, why don't we do this all the time? So this is the Delta Easy Fly kite that's really meant to get you to success. How do I get my books onto next year's list? Well, you know what? I should have thought of that, Sarah, because your books are really great, but you send me a reminder and then I will get your books. But Sarah Bradford, great books. I beg your pardon. I should have included your books. Shame on me, but you remind me. Okay, our top toy for this age group was Lego Make-A-Movie. If you've seen those little minifigure movies where it's sort of stop motion, it's the kit to be able to do that. Everything but the camera. So if you have that camera plus this kit, they give you a setup so that you can set up the minifigures, and it gives you backdrops. My son would have loved that when he was younger. And then our best art craft we featured a couple of weeks ago from Fat Brain Toys. I don't know where my Fat Brain thing went. Here it is. Fat Brain Toys has a series called Hey Clay. And if you have kiddos that love to do clay sculpture-y things, this is the thing. Hey Clay, and it comes in different categories. The one that we picked to feature, because, a lot of our kids like bugs, was their bug one, but they have other ones too. So here's why I love this so much. First of all, you get a kit that's got many different colors of clay, and it's all gluten-free. You don't have to go hunting and pecking because, while I love Play-Doh, gluten, right? And that's because then it gets everywhere. It's on your kids' hands. If you can't do gluten, you can't do Play-Doh, right? So this is all gluten-free, non-toxic, really wonderful, good quality clay. But then there's an app that you can download to go with it where they take you through videos with the little steps of how to make bugs. And then you can free wrote it yourself. But for kiddos who are like, I want to make that bug, very simple visual instructions to be able to do it on the app. We love it. For those of you who've got kids that need a lot of movement and you don't have outdoors to go to, you're going to love our next one, Motor Play Dinosaur Mini Trampoline from Wamkos. Absolutely a big thing. It's got the bars so they can jump, and we specifically chose that one because it had a higher weight limit on it. So even if you have bigger kids, they were safe to jump on it as well. All right, we're going to teen and tween. We might make it here. So our educational toy winner, this was one that my son absolutely loved when he was a teenager. It's called the Squishy Human Body from Mindware. It's a clear plastic figure of a body that you can see inside and see all the organs. And then you get to crack him open and you can take all of the organs out, and they're squishy. They're very sensory, and you can play with them, and then you can put them back together and you can examine them. They're tweezers, and it comes with a whole activity guide. Love, 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 love. Okay, how about the sensory toy? We picked the Jellyfish Aquarium Mood Light. It's almost like a lava lamp, but it's got jellyfish in it. Love it. It's from Touch of Nature. Our board game in this category from Think Fun, another company that I absolutely love, Chicken War. Oh, you guys, such good time. So, because, you got to have something where there's that element of excitement and you don't know what's going to happen. And it's really hilarious, fun game. Sometimes getting a team to play a board game is like pulling teeth. I guarantee you play a little Chicken War, they'll be down for it. Think Fun, amazing. In fact, our next award, Best Puzzle in this age range, is called A Maze. And it's this wonderful maze board, but you can change out, there's a card you can change out and it changes the maze in it. So you've got hundreds of opportunities. They've shown that mazes are really good for cognition and for meditation and for calming sensory issues. So what I love about this more than anything else is that you can take it with you. You can take it in the car. It's self-contained. And so you can take it places and your kids can do. It activates a part of the brain so that it calms the other part of the brain. Love it. A Maze from Think Fun. Okay. Our best book in this category we gave to The Princess Bride. I was picking books so that there was a component you read it and then watch the movie, because I think that's a really great way to cement how fun reading is that first you read it and you picture it all in your head, and then you get to see how they made it, and then that leads to conversations. But Sarah, I feel horrible. Yes, the hay clay is absolutely non-toxic. Okay, for a therapist recommendation in this category, if you've got a kiddo who is like trains and likes to build things, and you're not sure where to go next, I really want you to look at Fat Brain Toys for their action and reaction. We put in here the starter set, but there's so many things to build. They can build their own roller coaster. And I know to some people, they're like, what? That's crazy. And it's a small roller coaster, right? But I know kids that they're like, I want to build a roller coaster, but you get them an the erector set, and it's too much. They can't make the leap from one to the other. This is the thing that makes the leap. So action and reaction starter set, Fat Brain Toys. Parent recommendation for teens and tweens was this wonderful alarm clock from Wamkos. And it has a night light, it hooks up with Bluetooth, but it automatically stops playing music during set hours that you set, and it wakes them up to their music and to bright colors, and they can say what they want. It's digital, and it works also as a night light, but it has a speaker, but it won't make noise after the time that you set at night, which I really liked. Our oldie but goodie was also from Fat Brain Toys, the game Guess Who. You know that one where you set up a thing of who created a crime, and you have all these people, and then you push it down, and then they have to say, is it a man or a woman? And then they can flip down whichever one it isn't. Really helps to work on facial recognition and noticing small details. So that was our oldie but goodie, but it's a great social one. Okay, done with that page. Oh, okay. Our top toy in this category, and Sunny demoed this for us when a couple of weeks ago, Sphero. They have Sphero, and we said the Sphero Mini because it's got a really good price point on it. It looks like a cue ball, but basically it's a little robot, and your child uses their phone to program it, and they can make it so that they can use their hands and go like this, and the ball will go where they tell it to go, or they can do it on their phone and make it do all kinds of things. Now, Sphero has competitions. Schools are involved in Sphero competitions, but the Sphero Mini is a great way for them to be doing this at home while we're not doing as much of that stuff at school. And they sell accessories for it. So they sell ramps so that you can make your Sphero go up a ramp. It's crazy. So Sphero Mini. Okay, the next one is from Gridley Games, and I have some of them. Okay, they make a whole line of, hello. They make a whole line of just adds. So this one is just add sugar. This one is just add milk. This one is just add glue. They have just add sun. I mean, all kinds of things. So if you are like at home and you're like, I don't know how to do activities with my child, that are educational, and you're poring over Pinterest and you're trying to figure it out, and you're like, now I got to go buy all the ingredients. It's too much. Some of you have written into me and said, Shannon, you made, recommendations on Pinterest and it's too much. Gridley Games is there for you. So you buy just add milk, and all you have to have is milk. They have 12 different experiments in here, science experiments that are really cool that you can do. They've got all the food coloring and all the other things that you would need. All you have to have is stuff that you have around the house: milk, glue, sugar. There's one just add eggs. And it gives you a guide inside as a parent so that you know how to do the experiment, what you need to set up that's in the box for your child to be able to do each one, and what kinds of concepts you need to talk about with them during the experiment. There's this wonderful experiment where you take milk and you put food coloring and then just a dash, and it's included in here, of soap. You probably have dish soap, but just in case, they mean it, just add milk, right? So, and you put that in, and then all of the colors start to move around and create these wonderful shapes. And I've always thought that experiment was great. I didn't know that it was polymers reacting with each other with the fat in the milk until I read the guide in the Just Add Milk. So Gridley Games, that is our best art craft winner, their Just Add series. And then for games in this category, Dropsy from Endless Games, absolutely love it because it's physical. I used to love a game called Funny Bone where you'd have to take cards and you had to, it would say elbow to elbow. So you'd have to stick it hold the card between your elbow and their elbow. Dropsy is like that, but it adds more to it. So you get people who are, not necessarily touching each other, but they have to hold the card someplace. And then if they drop the cards, they have to start all over. So I'm telling you, get your teens moving because they don't want to move. How about a speech builder for that age range? Conversation cubes from Learning Resources. You roll the dice and then you have to talk about the things that are on the dice. Speech therapists love this. I love it. For the social skills builder, we put Headbands Act Up. It is the charades version of Headbands. And so it's all about reading social cues of what people are doing. We absolutely love that. And then for our STEM toy in this category, it was Eureka Crate. It's from KiwiCo, and it's kits that come every month for your children to put together. They're the best of the best at this. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, we're done with that page. We're moving on to adults. We're going to make it. They're asking, where are you from? I am here in Los Angeles, but all of these toys are featured in our toy guide, and there's a button under each one that if you click it, you can just purchase it directly from that site that has nothing to do with us. Okay, for adult categories, we love Mindware has these things called Gearjits. And we loved in particular the pendulum clock, but they have all kinds of things. And what they are kits that an adult puts together, and it makes a working pendulum clock. It's super fabulous. I can think of 10 people I know that would totally geek out over this. Great toy. For our sensory toy, dynamic liquid sand picture from Love America. It's one of those things you put it on, it's small, you put it on a bedside table and you flip it and the sand slowly filters down. Great for our kids and teens to regulate. This is for adults though, but it could be for a lot of people. Also love, in fact, I have some behind, I don't know if you can see, Dominoes. If you've never played Mexican Train Dominoes, so fun. You can play it with everybody in the family for the holidays. A 3-year-old can play it and can be taught how to play it, and they can match colors and numbers and count numbers. There's so many things to do, but you can play it with the 77-year-old grandpa too. So much fun. And Endless Games has a new version of it out that's really fun, and it comes with, there's a whole thing about how you have to build your own train, and it has different colored trains. It makes it really, really reinforcing. Okay, the next one is our best puzzle award for adults, and this is just craziness here. So Rebbit makes these, and this is what won. They make 3D Harry Potter puzzles. So it's a puzzle, but you build up. So it's a puzzle, but it's construction. And we chose the Diagon Alley, and it's a total of, I'm being attacked by puzzles. I think there's a total of 4 of them. I don't know, they're all falling over, but they're so awesome. And let me just tell you, puzzles are conversation builders too, because you're sitting around the table. Last year when we did one of these, we had an event where we were showing toys and asking families. It was crazy because everybody ended up on the floor putting together one of these and talking. And I'm talking about folks on the spectrum of all ages were talking, and they weren't necessarily talking about the puzzle, but they were talking. So we love us some Rabbit. We love the fact that they're Harry Potter, because a lot of our kids love Harry Potter, and that it's something that you actually build. And these, it's a kit, so you can add on to it. You can build one and then, build more of them. And I think one of these, it's all Diagon Alley here, but one of them is Oliver Vander's Wand Shop, which if you know, my husband, that's where my husband works. But that's a secret. Okay. He may or may not be in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Our best book in this category is Call of the Wild. There is the movie version of it that's out, that's not called Call of the Wild this year with Harrison Ford. I don't know what it is. But again, read the book with your kiddo and then watch the movie together. Great book about problem solving and who we are and being true to who we are. Also in that, a therapist recommended award is the Fearless Meditation Adult Coloring Book. So it's a coloring book, but while you're coloring, it's got all these themes about overcoming fears and being in pursuit of who you are. I think it's a great, great coloring book for all of us, but especially for folks on the spectrum. The parent award was the sensory projector from Noah. It's like a night light that sits by the bed. You can play sounds, you can play ocean things, you can project things onto the ceiling to help that calming bit at night. Our oldie but goodie was a chess set from Armory, because we love us some chess. Problem solving. If you saw Queen's Gambit, you know that it's very good. Our top toy in the adult category was a thing called Specs. It's this ball of metal balls that are magnetic, that stick together. You can smash it, you can flatten it, you can stretch it, you can build things out of it. It's crazy good. It's called Specs. Our best art craft was from Craftastic, and it's the Ann Williams group. I don't have the picture here, but it's 3 little, it's the entire craft in the box. And they make great stuff, you guys. 3 little terrariums. So you put it together, and it's this great art project that you can give as gifts or display, but you're making little mini terrariums. There's nothing live about it. You're creating the little plants. It's super duper cool. For our motor play from Jaru, the giant stress ball squishy. And then for the best game in this category, I've been talking about this a lot. This is from North Star Games. And we love North Star Games. They've been such a big supporter of us, but this is an amazing game. It's a speech builder, but it's also a social skills builder. You can play with a group of people. It's really fast moving and super fun. And there is no wrong answer. I love that about it. We're going to go a little bit over here. Okay. So our social skills builder, I haven't tried this yet, but I can't wait to. Mattel has a new Pictionary Air. And I want to try to do this with people distance, but basically you draw in space, and this game allows for people to see it while you're drawing in space, for them to see it on their phones. So it's got a wand. I just think it's absolutely wonderful and a great way to connect across distance. And our STEM toy is something called True Balance. It's a handheld thing. It looks like it's a kiddie toy, but it's really for adults, because you have to focus. But you hold this thing, and then you put discs on. It looks like a Survivor game. You know that show Survivor? So you put discs on, and then you have to be able to hold it and not. And then you put another disc, and you put another, and you try to see how far you can go. But it's about focus. It really causes one to meditate without knowing that you're meditating. So again, that is from Excite, and it's called True Balance. Okay. We're heading around the corner now. Caregiver category, because caregivers need things too, but a lot of times we want things that are great for our kiddos. So in our education award, we gave the award for the book, that is the book by Dr. Granpeesheh. It is Evidence-Based Treatment for Children with Autism, the CARD Method. All the things that you learned during Dr. Doreen are in that book. So Evidence-Based Treatment for Children with Autism, the CARD model. It's from Academic Press, and it's written by Dr. Granpeesheh and others. So all rock stars, people who we featured here on the show. I know you'll love it. It's a big book. Don't expect to get through it in a weekend. All right, our sensory toy. I've had this up here for 2 weeks so that I could share this with you guys. For caregivers, but really this could be for anyone. This puppy is a tongue drum. And we featured the one from Flatstone because it came with its own carrying case. And so what this does, you can play it with your fingers, and they come tuned to a certain chord, so you really can't make horrible noise. And they come with these. And you just play. And it's very meditative. I love my tongue drum. This was my husband's Christmas gift to me last year, and it has helped me in many of a stressful time. So tongue drum from Flatstone. Your kiddo will want to play it too. Everyone will want to play it. For our cardboard game, because of our recommendation from Temple Grandin, from Hasbro, Scrabble. Absolutely love it. We don't have to say too much about that. Best Puzzle Award for caregivers, we recommended from Uncommon Goods, Constantine puzzles. It's a set of puzzles that are handheld puzzles you can put in your bag and take with you. They're individually made. They're pieces of art. They're a great, great gift. For our best book winner in this category, we put A Parent's Guide to Occupational Therapy. This is from Kara Kaczynski, who we talk about all the time on the show. She is the Pocket OT. This is from Jessica Kingsley Publishing. Great bathroom book. You put it on the back of the toilet. Anytime you go in and are taking a minute in the toilet, you just turn and look to a page, and I guarantee you'll learn something great for you and your kiddos. But sometimes you just have to have something for you, not about autism, not about your kiddo. So our therapists have recommended for caregivers, and I think this is a great gift, organic shower steamers. You know how they have all those bath bombs? Well, not everybody has to. If you're an autism parent, you don't always have time for a bath, right? But you can take one of these discs, throw it in the shower while you're taking a shower, and it makes the shower feel like a spa. So this one is organic. Stop. I love that, because if I'm going to inhale it, I want it to be organic. And it's from Mineral Me, and it's a box of 6 of them. Stop. I would love that. Okay. Also, the parent recommendation of what we would like is another coloring book that's just about mindfulness. It's the Mindfulness Adult Coloring Book put out by Emma Ferrarones. And I love it because, I have an app right now on my phone that I'm coloring with, but I think the physical motion of coloring, it's been proven to be a stress breaker. Our oldie but goodie in this category is also from Mattel, Classic Monopoly. Play some over the next couple of weeks. And our top toy winner for caregivers on the autism spectrum is an Amazon gift card, because who wouldn't want that, right? And then for our art and craft, I've been talking about it for weeks, these Sticker and Chill. They're also from Craftastic and Williams Group. I've had so much fun with these, you guys. It's color forms for adults. I'm addicted to them. It is just so wonderful. I can do it when I'm on the phone. It's helped to keep me centered. I can tell you that part of my sanity is because of these. If you're looking to do more motor-wise, we love fitness dice from Chronicle Books. It's like having a fitness trainer there. You roll the dice and it tells you a number and an activity. Like you got to do 8 sit-ups. And then you just do whatever the dice say, and you don't have to think about it. It's really, really cool. Great gift. Our speech builder winner for caregivers, great book put out by Melissa and Doug. It's called Talking with Your Toddler. Now, I want to give the disclaimer. This is not about kiddos on the autism spectrum, but it's got 75 little activities to draw language out of children. And that's still good for our kids. Also in this category, the Family Talk, this one from Discovery Toys, won our social skills builder. I really think get a couple of these, put them, they come in this great ring, put them in a bowl on the middle of your table, and every night you sit down to dinner, everybody puts the phones away and you ask a question. What is something you would like to learn how to do? I guarantee you when you start doing this, your kids are going to be like, what? Why are we doing this? I don't want to do this. You model the behavior. You go, you know what I'd like to learn how to do? I would like to learn how to belly flop into a pool full of Jell-O. Now you got their attention. And maybe they'll say silly things too, but it will start conversation. Sometimes I am just too tired to come up with a topic. Aren't you? So these are a lifesaver. Build social skills and build language. And then our last, we're only 10 minutes late, our STEM toy winner, and we mentioned this when we had Temple Grandin on, was her book, Calling All Minds by Temple Grandin, put out by Future Horizons, which is, I am sorry, spelled wrong in the toy guide. I'm just seeing that right now. My apologies to Future Horizons, but a great book. Okay, you guys, I am sorry, I don't feel like I did these toys justice, but I want you to know that we took a great deal of time and effort, talked to a lot of people, got a lot of people's opinions, and we chose what we thought were really top toys this year. And they're almost all, there are a couple of them that run a little bit expensive, but we tried to make sure that in every category, there were some very affordable toys for everybody from these amazing companies. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. We are going to be back tomorrow for one last show. We're doing Let's Talk Autism with Shannon and Nancy tomorrow. And our guest will be Vince Redmond, and we'll be covering some news and doing some, I think, New Year's resolutions for you as well. We hope that you will join us. Don't forget that over the break, we're going to be taking what is essentially a 3-week break where we won't be doing live shows, but there will be a marathon of Ask Dr. Doreen's, and you will still be able to write in. I won't be here. Let me be clear. I got to take some time off, but somebody will be around from time to time. But I will see you tomorrow. One more show. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me, and make sure that you check out the toy guide as I'm giving a hug for you to find great toys this year. There's still time to get them shipped. Mwah! Until tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.